Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the President delivered his State of the Union address, focused on winning the future. And he took that theme on the road, traveling to upstate New York and Wisconsin. That's January 21st to the 27th, or to build stuff and invent stuff.
We're going to build stuff and invent stuff.
On Friday, January 21st, the President traveled to Schenectady in upstate New York, accompanied by several members of the New York congressional delegation. Schenectady has been home of General Electric since the company's inception more than 100 years ago. The President got a chance to look around with CEO Jeffrey Immelt and see the company's state-of-the-art wind turbines and the workers responsible for GE's success.
It's a pretty impressive looking place.
This is a real factory.
This is a serious factory.
Companies like GE, who specialize in advanced manufacturing, are at the heart of restoring American competitiveness. Just one of the reasons President Obama is naming Jeffrey Immelt the chairman of his Council on Jobs and Competitiveness.
But in an ever-shrinking world, our success in these efforts will be determined not only by what we build in Schenectady, but also what we can sell in Shanghai. For America to compete around the world, we need to export more goods around the world. That's where the customers are, and we want to sell them products made here in America.
On Monday, January 24th, President Obama released a report on strengthening our military families, alongside the First Lady and Dr. Biden, who have taken leadership roles in this cause.
Mr. Obama and Dr. Biden, on behalf of our Interagency Policy Committee, I want to present you with our report, Strengthening Our Military Families.
Nice. Oh, thank you very much.
An effort that we all believed in and loved and are happy to share.
Wonderful. This is huge. Just so that you know.
The President also held an event in the East Room to pay tribute to these families, the unsung heroes of our armed forces, and to underscore his commitment to mobilizing the entire administration in support of America's troops, veterans, and their families. On Tuesday, January 25th, President Obama prepared for his State of the Union speech, which the Constitution requires the President to deliver from time to time. He went over finishing touches with speechwriter Jon Favreau in between meetings.
So, how long is this right now?
It's 7,200 words.
At 8:45, the President departed for the Capitol, where he was greeted by the Sergeant-at-Arms of the House and Senate. They escorted him to the Speaker's office, where President Obama greeted members of the congressional leadership.
Mr. President, good to see you. How are you? You doing well?
Doing good. How about
Good.
you?
I'm doing
First
great.
Lady, okay?
She is doing fabulous.
Tom Price from Georgia.
He hit the floor of the House of Representatives at 9 p.m. to outline his vision for winning the future and what we must do to secure prosperity for ourselves and future generations of Americans.
We know what it takes to compete for the jobs and industries of our time. We need to out-innovate, out-educate, and out-build the rest of the world.
Before heading back to the White House, the President greeted the Americans who'd been sitting with the First Lady in her box to watch the speech, including Staff Sergeant Salvatore GIUNTA, a recent recipient of the Medal of Honor.
Good.
I enjoyed the speech very much.
Thank you so much.
On Wednesday, January 26th, President Obama took his message to the American heartland, traveling to snowy Wisconsin to visit some high-tech factories and speak to the workers who run them. The first stop was at Orion Energy Systems, a company that designs, manufactures, and deploys energy efficiency and renewable energy technology.
Bring the old light fixtures back that we take out and do a complete recycling here. We harvest all the precious metals and nothing is landfilled.
That's outstanding.
After taking a tour, the President spoke to workers about ways to keep America competitive in order to create jobs and grow the economy.
Last night I gave this little speech that I have to do once in a while. And what I said was, in this new and challenging time, when America is facing tougher competition from countries around the world than ever before, we've got to up our game. We're going to need to go all in. We're going to need to get serious about winning the future.
Before heading back to Washington, President Obama also got the chance to tour the Scana Aluminum Company and Tower Tech Systems. The high-tech manufacturing on display at all these factories in Wisconsin will be a big boost to Americans all over the industrial heartland, putting Americans to work doing what Americans do best, out-innovating, out-inventing, and out-competing anyone in the world. On Thursday, January 27th, the President, who called for hiring 100,000 new science and math teachers in his State of the Union speech, greeted winners of the Presidential Awards for Excellence in Science, Mathematics, and Engineering Mentoring.
This is my #1 priority, is making sure that our kids can compete in math, in science, in technology, and the only way that happens is that they're getting support in the classroom, but also outside of the classroom.
That afternoon, as part of a week-long effort to engage the American people in a conversation about the State of the Union, President Obama answered questions submitted by people across the country via YouTube.
You got all these old media people here, you know, what are they looking at?
To view the full conversation, go to youtube.com/askobama. To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
This is the Oval Office, by the way.
Larger than life, but it's smaller than you can imagine.
It does look smaller than it does on television. Yeah, I think the way it's photographed.